Hey everyone, it's Kara here from Boho, and I'm back with a brand new digital plan with me for the month of July. Now, I want to apologize in advance because I have a pretty nasty cold and my voice is a little bit funky, so if you can just bear with that, I'll do my best to edit out any sniffles or coughs that happen. But we're just going to get right into it. I do want to show you the month of June in my digital planner before we get started on planning for July. Now, I will say in advance that June was kind of a crazy month for me, and I didn't fill out as much in my planner as I wish I had. So I'm just going to go straight to our June spread, and I'm just going to swipe through and show you the whole month. So I have my habit tracker and my gratitude log, which you can see I kind of fell off of filling those out for the month of June. Then I have my very first week. This one was very filled out. I was getting a lot done. The following week, you can see I didn't use very much. I had a lot of kind of administrative stuff going on in the month of June. And instead of spending a lot of time being creative in June, I spent a lot of time on the phone, setting up bookkeeping for my business. I incorporated my business, so we're now a LLC. There's been a lot of transition happening with the Boho box. So it's just been a lot of very boring business stuff and not a lot of creative time for me this month. So when I have months like that or weeks like that, a lot of times I just get to going, and a lot of it's done over email or over the phone. And sometimes I just don't plan these things out. I just kind of go with the flow of the day and whatever needs to get done. And that's how I end up with some of these kind of blank-ish weeks. After that blank week, I decided to use my vertical hourly layout for the following week and really itemize like every single thing that needed to get done each day. This worked out really well, like being able to see everything kind of at a glance, but I still, once I got this set up for the week, I didn't really use it a whole lot. You can see I marked off tasks on Monday, but I wasn't marking off tasks throughout the rest of the week. I was really just glancing at it and getting into my email or getting on the phone and just getting things done. And then this is my current week. As you can see, I haven't even set it up. My daughter Bella is here for the summer and she arrived on Monday, and I've really just been taking a lot of time to spend some extra time with her, and that's actually why this plan with me is out a little bit later than I was planning. So I have absolutely zero planned for this week. I just knew I wanted to get this video done and probably one other video before the month is over, and besides that, I'm really not working at all. I'm just spending a lot of good quality time with Bella. All right, so on to July. I do really want to use my planner a lot more during the month of July. And I know I just said it's kind of my natural way to just kind of jump in when I have a lot like email and administrative type stuff. It's kind of my way to just jump in and get things done instead of planning it out. But I do also realize and I acknowledge that I might be a little less stressed out if I do plan things out in advance. So my goal this month is going to be to really have a solid plan for the month and have everything planned out the way that I want it. So for July, I'm going to be doing a sunflower theme. If you're in our Boho Digital Planners group, then you know that I released the July sticker bundle, which, let me swipe to it here. Let's see, monthly bundles. This is our July sticker bundle, and I love kind of these bright sunflowery colors for summer. But one thing you will notice is that my July spread is pink. So I want to change that and switch it up. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. The easiest way for me is just to bring this into Procreate and kind of change it up in there. So I'm going to make sure that I'm on my no pen or read only tool up top, and I'm going to tap and hold right here. And I am going to hit save to camera roll. Now what that's going to do is it's going to save this entire page to my camera roll. So if I go to my photos and my camera roll, you will see that I now have that page right there. And I'm going to bring this into Procreate so that I can change things up a little bit. All right, so let's go to Procreate and let's go and import a photo. So I'm going to go to Photo, Camera Roll, and here's my July spread. And now I can change it up and modify it however I like. All right, so first things first, I want to change these headers. I don't want them to be pink. I want them to be maybe yellow, maybe blue. We'll see. I do have in my palettes the Boho Berry July bundle right here. So I'm going to set that to my default. And now I have my color palette for July. This is included in the July bundle in my Etsy shop. And first things first, I'm going to use black. And I'm going to go to my favorite brushes here. And I'm going to grab my monoline brush. Let's just test this out. That is way too big. All right, there we go. And I'm going to create a new layer. So I'm doing this all on a completely separate layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline these boxes so that I can fill them in with a different color. And I'm actually going to reduce the opacity of my bottom layer here so I can really see what I'm doing over top. So we've got that nice and light. And now on my fresh layer, I can just kind of draw over that. All right, so now I have those headers kind of outlined on a fresh new layer up top here. And I'm going to fill them in with the color that I want. So I think I'm actually going to do kind of this bright, like sky blue. And all I'm going to do is just drag that color into each of these headers. All right, there we go. And now, of course, I want to put the days of the week back in there. So I'm going to use an app called Over. This is a free app that you can download, and it's one that a lot of people have been using lately, and it's really, really cool. Let me open it up here, and I'm just going to create a new document, and I'm going to leave it as square. It really doesn't matter a whole lot. And I'm going to grab text, and I'm going to use my new Berry script font, which I've imported to the Over app, and I'm going to use it on caps lock so that it's all the same. And I'm just going to type out my days of the week. Monday. All right, so I've got those all typed out, and you'll see that they're white right now, and I can kind of move them around. So first thing I'm going to do is size them kind of as big as I can. And I'm going to go to color down here, and I'm going to make them black. And then I'm going to go to style, and I'm going to kind of change the spacing so they're closer together, and then I can maybe make them even bigger. So under the style tab, there's a few different options. I'm going to tap on space, and I want the vertical height. So this is the space in between the words, and I'm just going to bring that down so that my words are all closer together. And then I'm going to size it up one more time just to make these as big as possible. I find that when you're importing text from another app into Procreate, the larger you can make that text before you take it into Procreate, the better. It'll be less pixelated when you size it down. All right, so I'm going to go to the share button up here, and I'm going to hit share. And I'm going to scroll over and save it as a PNG. This means that it'll be black with a transparent background. All right, now let's go back to Procreate. And on a new layer, I am going to import that photo. So I'm going to go to Image, Insert a Photo, Camera Roll, and there we go. And you can see these are huge, which is a good thing. We're going to shrink them down to fit in these boxes. So when it imports, it's automatically selected. If for some reason you tapped off of that, just tap your selection arrow on the top here, and then make sure that you're on magnetic, and you can just grab a corner and size these way down until they're the size that you want them to be. And then I go to freeform and just kind of make sure that they're going to fit the way that I want them to fit. All right, and now I can actually break this up and put them where they go. So I'm going to grab my selection tool, grab Monday, and again, I'm on freeform here, so it's really easy to move them around. And I'm just going to put that down and do the same with the rest. All right, so now we have our headers all changed up. And then the next thing I want to do, let me make this normal so you can see it again. I want to get rid of this July. So I'm actually going to cover that up with the same dot grid that's here. So on that layer, I'm going to grab my selection tool, And I am just going to crop out some of this dot grid, just like that. And I'm going to swipe down with 3 fingers and I'm going to select copy and paste. So now I have this extra kind of dot grid here that I can place wherever I want. All right, so let's zoom in real big here. And I'm going to select that dot grid that I just made. And I'm going to place it so that it kind of lines up. And I'm pretty nitpicky with this, but you really don't have to be. It's not going to be that noticeable when you bring it back into GoodNotes. All right, there we go. So we have July covered up. Okay, so this is all that I'm going to do in Procreate. The rest I'm going to do in GoodNotes. So I'm actually going to turn off my base layer. So you'll see that all I'm bringing in, I'm turning off my background layer too. All I'm bringing in is that dot grid to cover up July and my new headers. All right, so let's share as a PNG and let's save that to my camera roll. All right, now we can go to GoodNotes. I'm going to tap and hold and go to Image, Photos, Camera Roll, and it's going to be this one right here. And I'm just going to center this as best as I can right here. And then I'm going to grab one of these dots and just bring it out until it meets the edge of the page. Now we know that it's the correct size, and now I'm just going to kind of scooch it down until everything lines up properly, which can be a little bit finicky, and that's fine. Just play with it until you have it right or nearly right. I'm fine with nearly right most of the time. All right, and I'm going to tap on the outside, and now we have that covered up. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my stickers from the July bundle. So I'm going to go with this nice big kind of scripty July. Copy. I'm going to paste that right here. I also want to cover up my habit tracker because I'm going to do that on a separate page. So I'm going to use this one. Tap and hold and paste. I'm going to resize that nice and big. There we go. And I think I'm going to bring in some of that sunflower washi tape. All right, and you'll see that you can't really rotate this as is, so I'm going to tap off of it to kind of set it in place. Then I'm going to tap and hold and hit edit, and now it gives me this little rotation tool where I can rotate this here. So I'm just going to line this up kind of where I want it and then size it down. There we go. And then I think I want some kind of big sunflowers here as well. So I'm going to grab this one, copy, paste. And I think I want this to kind of, oh, that's kind of cute right there. I kind of like that, but I want it to kind of crop here. So I'm going to do my best to get this cropped correctly, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so I'm going to tap and hold, hit edit, and then crop. And I'm just going to crop off the very top here and come down right to about there. I think that might work. Let's see. That's pretty good. All right, so I've got my sunflower up top there, and I think I want to add some kind of accents to some important days this month. So I'm going to go with these little flags. I'm going to grab one and paste, and this is going to go on the 4th of July. I'm going to resize. And I'm actually using this kind of as a date, a little date flag here. There we go. And then let's see, what else is in July that's special? Oh, my sister is getting married. That's kind of important to remember. Let's go with this bright yellow. All right, and then last but not least, we have the Boho Berry Meetup, which is happening July 27th here in New Jersey, which I'm super, super excited about. If you're curious about tickets for that, I'll have the info in the description box below. All right, and those are pretty much my big dates for this upcoming month. And I think I might duplicate this washi down here and make it a little bit larger. So let's edit. Actually, let's just bring in a fresh one. Copy, paste, tap and hold, hit edit so I can rotate. And I want this pretty big up top here. And let's see, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. So I'm going to tap and hit crop and keep 5 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that looks good. Put that right there. And since I have that up top now, I kind of don't want it here. Let's hit edit, delete, and I think I'm going to put another big sunflower kind of in the bottom corner here. That looks good. Let's crop it down, edit, and crop. Right about there. I'm just kind of guessing at this point. Yeah, that looks cute. All right, so now I'm just going to fill in my info for the month. Let me grab a smaller pen here. All right, so that is my July monthly spread. I'm trying to keep it pretty simple because, like I said, I want to make sure that I actually use everything this month. And as you see, when I swipe over, I've got my very first full week of July starting on Monday, the 2nd. I do want to put in my habit tracker for the month of July. So I'm going to add a new page in between these. So let's see, I want to go with my read-only tool selected. I want to go to dot grid, go up to the top here, make sure I'm on thumbnails. That's page 98. I'm going to hit edit, select that page, copy. All right, then I want to scroll up to where that is going in, which is in July. Right here, hit plus. Then right after my July monthly spread, paste copied page. And I think I want to do one more because I'm going to do my gratitude log as well. All right, so we'll hit done. Now I want to go back to July. And now when I swipe over, I've got my 2 blank spreads. So first is going to be my habit tracker for the month of July. All right, so this is my blank page. Actually, you know what I want to do is I want to take a screenshot of it so it has the white background on it. Okay, just ignore me while I try to figure my life out. All right, so I'm going to go to Dropbox. I'm going to go to Boho and Papery 2018 trackers, PDFs. Here's July. Now, these trackers are available for free in the Boho Tribe resource library. So if you're looking for one, just download the PDF. And then what I'm going to do is just take a screenshot of it like that. And then I'm going to bring that screenshot, not into Procreate, into GoodNotes. So import image from photos, because I just took a screenshot of it. And here it is. And now I'm going to crop this down. All right, so I'm just cropping this down so that it's just the July tracker. And now what I want to do, I saw someone else in our digital planners group do this. They actually split this in half, so it's half on one page and half on the other instead of rotating it sideways, which I really, really liked. So I'm going to show you, kind of my idea of how I would do that. All right, so I'm going to make sure I have images turned on. I'm going to lasso this and hit copy just so that I have a backup of it and I can paste it in because I'm going to be cropping this kind of multiple times and I'll show you why. All right, so I'm going to tap and hold, hit edit and crop. And I want to crop this right in half, which I feel like is right about here. That feels pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to put this half on this side, and now I'm going to paste that again, tap and hold, hit edit and crop. And we're going to crop it again, going the other way, and put that half over here. All right, and I feel like these could be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to resize. There we go. And now it's a little bit funky because actually I have the 12th twice, so I need to crop that down further. But it's also a little bit funky because we have part of the T here and then tracker over here. So I'm going to tap and hold on this one, hit edit, crop. Need to get rid of the 12th. We're going to the 13th. Okay. All right, so now we have our dates right, and now I want just July on this side, and then I want tracker on the other side, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to tap and hold, edit, crop. I'm just going to get rid of the title altogether. There we go. Tap and hold on this one, edit, crop. Done. All right, so now I want my header, and I have a weird line here. Let's crop that out as well. Am I being too particular? Perhaps, but we're just going with it. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with it now. All right, so now I wanna get my titles back in here. So I'm gonna tap and hold, hit paste, and I have that July tracker there, and I'm gonna crop this. So I need to set it in place, tap and hold, edit, crop. I'm gonna get my July. And I could even make this bigger. Let's do that. There we go. And I'm going to tap and hold again, paste that one more time, tap and hold, edit, crop. There we go. All right, there we go. I have my July tracker horizontal on 2 pages. That was a little tricky, but we got it done. I am gonna do my my key for my moods. I'm gonna put it up at the top here. So I'm gonna rotate this sideways and grab my highlighters that I use for my moods. And I think I'm just gonna grab like a big circle. All right, so I've got light blue for happy, teal is excited. I want to line those up, but I don't have a dot grid. So I'm going to use the dot grid down here, and then I'm going to move it. All right, so I'm going to put one there. All right, so I've got my colors. Now I'm going to write in my moods. All right, now I'm going to make sure that I'm just grabbing my handwriting, not images, with my lasso tool. And I'm going to bring that right up here. All right, so now I have my color code for my mood tracker at the bottom. And then as far as habits go for this month, definitely my usual, maybe I do want the thicker pen. All right, so those are going to be my habits for this month. And then last but not least, we're going to swipe over. This is going to be where I do my gratitude for the month of July. Do I want to add a little sunflower here somewhere? I feel like I need to carry that theme through a little bit. I'm going to add a little sunflower. Let's see. Grab this one. Oops, I'm still on handwriting only. All right, got my July tracker set up. All right, gratitude. I'm going to go into Procreate and just draw something out for my gratitude header real quick. I'm just going to use this same canvas. And I think I'm going to do that darker orange color, new layer. All right, we've got the word. Now I'm going to duplicate that layer And I'm going to turn the bottom one black. And I'm going to add a little drop shadow. So I'm going to go to Gaussian blur. Adjust that to about 15%. And I think it's a little too harsh, so I'm going to reduce the opacity a little bit. So it's just a light gray shadow. All right. And then I kind of want to do like a little ombre effect on the word gratitude. So I'm going to grab this layer. I'm going to hit select. So I'm only writing on that kind of reddish orange layer. And I'm going to grab an airbrush, the soft brush right here. And I'm going to go with, I want to go with the brightest yellow and see what that looks like. So I'm tapping a little bit harder at the top so that it's definitely more yellow. And I'm just lightly brushing through the center so it's kind of an orange and then it fades down into that red. All right, I think that's super cute. All right, so I'm going to turn off my background layer and I'm going to export this, share as a PNG, save image to camera roll, go into GoodNotes, tap and hold, select image, photos. Here's my gratitude. And I'm going to crop this down. All right, there we go. So I'm leaving this whole 2-page spread for gratitude. I kind of want to get back into kind of doodling and hand lettering a little bit for my gratitude spread. So I'm doing a 2-page spread for that. All right, y'all, I am entirely set up for July. I'm really looking forward to this month in general. We have a lot of really fun things going on, and I think it's just going to be a great month overall. So I have my monthly overview. I have my July habit and mood tracker, and then my gratitude page. And then from there, I'll move in straight into my first week of the month. All right, y'all, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, as always, drop them in the comments section below. I'll be happy to help down there. Also, don't forget to join our Boho Berry Digital Planners Facebook group. We have a ton of people in there using both iOS, iPads, and Android tablets with their Boho Berry Digital Planner. So if you're curious about any of that and how different people are using the planner, definitely hop in there. It's a great group. We're about 6,500 strong right now, and everyone's just so nice and so helpful. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will look forward to seeing y'all very soon. Bye.